We have new information for you this morning on a developing story out of Pakistan. The Pakistani Taliban may have teamed up with al-Qaeda to kidnap an American aid worker. 70-year-old Warren Weinstein was abducted in Pakistan in August. Now al-Qaeda is making demands in exchange for his release. How should the U.S. respond? Joining us now is Warren Mauro. He's the national security analyst for the Christian Action Network and founder of worldthreats.com. Ryan, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.
So Warren Weinstein, this American aid worker, was kidnapped on August 13th. Why is al-Qaeda now in December putting out their first statement on this?
There's two reasons. The first could simply be because of security precautions. They were shuffling him from house to house, and it takes a while to produce the tape and release it, and they didn't want to leave a trail behind to be caught. But the other reason is that the current working assumption is that the Pakistani Taliban and al-Qaeda weren't the ones that kidnapped him, because there is a huge kidnapping business in Pakistan and even in Africa, and they sell them to the militant groups, to the terrorist groups. And so the Pakistani Taliban and or al-Qaeda then bought the hostage from one of these kidnappers.
The Daily News is reporting that the Pakistani Taliban and al-Qaeda are in cahoots, that they are working together in terms of this abduction. How should the U.S. respond to this? How can the U.S. respond? What have they done in the past that's been successful?
Well, first of all, we have to make no distinction whatsoever between the Pakistani Taliban and al-Qaeda. Ideologically and even in terms of their networks, they are functionally the same. And that's important because Pakistan, no one can argue with the fact that the Pakistani government backs the Pakistani Taliban. And so we need to go to Pakistan and make very clear that whatever happens to this hostage, we are going to hold you responsible. And it's about time that we take that attitude, because we have soldiers fighting in Afghanistan, asking them to put their lives on the line for us, yet when there's a factory building bombs that go kill them, we say that that's an off-limits target. And I think our soldiers deserve better than that, and I think that this hostage deserves better.
And of course, this raises the whole issue again that they talked about at the last Republican debate about national security as to whether or not we should continue to give all of this money to Pakistan in aid.
Well, one thing we have to stop saying is that we're dependent upon Pakistan. There's some truth to that. But every time you say that, that reinforces Pakistan's belief that we have to just take however they act, and that there's nothing that we can do about that, when in reality that's not true. Another thing that we need to stop saying is that there are rogue elements of the Pakistani intelligence service behind all this. It's not rogue elements. It's the Pakistani intelligence service, and the Pakistani government is behind it. I cannot think of a single example where the Pakistanis have arrested one of these rogue elements in the intelligence service for trying to kill our troops and trying to kill Afghan civilians.
What do you think the chances are that we're going to get Warren Weinstein back?
To be honest, I don't think that they're very high unless we can pinpoint his location, and all the reports indicate that the leads have dried up. We have to make it clear to Pakistan that whatever happens to him, there are going to be repercussions for the Pakistanis.
All right, Ryan Mauro, thanks so much. We really appreciate your expertise and you coming in. All right, still ahead, November.